This book is a collection of essays, not in a chronological order, but in emotional truth. Each essay is a doorway into a part of my journey: childhood, culture, motherhood, grief, academic life, faith, identity, and the slow process of healing. I wanted to write honestly, to remove the mask of perfection, and show the real journey behind the title, because becoming is not a straight line, and healing is not a neat narrative. Becoming is spiral, messy, holy, painful, liberating, repetitive, revealing, and of course transformative. I wrote this book for the girl I once was, the one who carried a brother to school, who feared poverty, who studied harder than she should have, who dreamed quietly in the shadows of the farm. I wrote it for the woman that I became. But most importantly, this book is not a roadmap. I'm not offering instructions. I'm offering the truth. Truth that says you can survive what broke you, you can become beyond what raised you, you can rest where you once ran, you can reclaim what you once lost, and most importantly, you can become again and again. So, if you recognize yourself in these pages, if these essays hold up a mirror, if they soften something inside you, if they remind you that becoming is sacred work, then this book has done what it needed to do. Thank you for holding my story. Walk gently into these pages, and I hope they meet you exactly where you are. With love, Dr. Matsila.
I've seen Parado when she was getting into a new relationship. I've seen Parado when she was going through birth. I have been there. Yes, it was not an easy journey, but one thing that I can tell you today, she did not give up during that. It was not easy. I cannot go into the details of it, but it was not easy. But I'm very proud today when I sit here and I look at her on my left hand side to say, I am proud of you, Parero. We are all becoming. Your book is equal to our lives, where we are today. Yes, it's been a journey for me, as you know. It was not easy from our family tree to be where we are today. Maybe somebody can look at us today and say, wow, I want to look like you. They don't know how we become. We are still becoming, by the way. So yeah, that's the little thing I can share. I've been through other departments as well, like SNDF, SAPS, IPID, what else? I'm missing that. Yeah, information regulator. We are the first group who started to regulate the poppy and tire legislation in South Africa, which I'm very much proud of it. But I move along. I went to join the University of Johannesburg that I just recently resigned. I'm now working at ESCOM.
Actually, just sort of, driven us into the heart of today's conversation, right, which is becoming. And I'd like to take it back to Galina and say, when you think about becoming, what does becoming mean to you?
Honestly, every journey and all the titles that I had, being a spokesperson, being the head of communications in government, and the crown that I'm wearing, there were those moments that I doubted myself. If I were to share, during my Mrs. South Africa, so my journey had pain, Kamohari. During my Mrs. South Africa, when I thought that I'm gonna win, because a lot of people were supporting me, a lot of villagers, people that could relate to my story. When we were given a product like a Dalmaya coffee to advertise, I'll go to my village and then I'll make a fire and I'll make that advert outside. And I'll see in the Mrs. South Africa Facebook page, everyone would be like, Belina must win. Belina was, because they saw the authentic person in me. And during the finals, I slipped on stage. And when I thought I'm gonna fall, I saw the hand of God picking me up. And my family was like, Belina, for that moment we just closed our eyes because we thought that you're gonna fall. And it's so sad that you've been doing good. It's a 12-month program. You'll be doing so good, and then there will be that moment that you slip. You'll be humiliated. I was very humiliated. I felt like my world was coming down. And when they announced the top 10, my name was not there, just for that second mistake I made. And after the pageant, I was just, dumbstricken that, wow, I didn't make it, not even top 10. And my husband came down, and then he hugged me. He said, take your bags, Billy. And we left. And that night, I collapsed in our hotel room. It was too much pain that I had to endure. I was also feeling tired, for 12 months driving, for 12 months doing different things to say I want to win. And when I collapsed, my husband did not even call the ambulance. He just prayed. He called a family member to say, Belina is here. I think she's unconscious. And because the other family members were in the same hotel, they came. And when I opened my eyes, I'm like, what's happening? They're like, you are exhausted. You were exhausted. The pain was just too much. And it was around November. It was December came, January came, February. I get the email to say, hey, we watched your journey. We resonated with your story, and we want you to participate in the Mrs. Around the World. And I said, no, I didn't win. They said, we want you. And I was like, wow, God, I thought I was humiliated. I thought I was not enough. I thought as a village person, I didn't make it. Remember, I didn't enter any local pageant. I always made a joke to my friends to say, I didn't become Mrs. Ellerings or Town Talk. I just went straight to the national. And at some time, people looked at me that you don't belong here. But deep inside, I said, I belong here, and I want to belong here. And after my journey, a lot of village girls, they started to participate in the national, international pageants. They showed their authentic stories and their background. And my becoming was not easy. I went
I want to touch on being ambitious. Dr. Farrell did talk about that, and it does resonate a lot with me because after I finished my degree, I went to work and I was not doing articles. So I struggled with CTA, which is the postgrad for one to become a CA. And I realized that I am not going to achieve what I wanted at the time. And I told my boss, you know what, I'm resigning, I'm going to do articles. And he failed. He was very smart. He failed CTA. In fact, he passed CTA, but he failed board exams. And he told me, you're too ambitious. Where are you going? And I said to myself, I started to doubt myself, right? But somehow I discussed it with my husband, and he said, you know what, don't listen to him. You know what you want. Go and get what you want. I resigned that year, went to do my articles, and then I was failing CTA because I was not in articles, but when I started doing my articles, I passed my CTA. And then I went in road board 1. It wallowed me so much. Like I failed it 4 times. But I didn't give up, right? Because in my mind, there was that guy who told me that you're too ambitious. So if I don't continue with this, it means that this guy is winning, right? I continued, I passed, then I went and did board 2, and then I also failed. I passed it on my 4th attempt. It was not an easy one, but I wanted to become what I wanted, right? And I never gave up. I am a senior manager at one of the SOEs, right? And I've got an audit firm. So what I'm trying to say, if you want to be ambitious, be ambitious. I know you don't like the word, right? But that word pushed me, right? Because someone I didn't know, I met at work, he told me. By the way, I met him the other day. I met him there was Tamir's concert in Menley. Met him there. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. And he was like, where are you? I said, I'm a chartered accountant, by the way. And he's not, right? But he pushed me to be where I am today. But to the ladies, there's a lot of ladies here. Do not limit yourself. Become what you want to become. It doesn't matter how old you are. Like I'm saying, I failed so many times, right? But I became the CEO that I wanted to be. Thank you.
No, guys, it's nothing serious. I just had to do something quickly. Guys, I'm standing, right? So I like eyes. So I'm here because I got bullied. The table said you're it. And like Farida mentioned, getting white, so Farida and I, we met in Cape Town in a residence that is affectionately known as Thugwell. And I think one of the things that drew me to Farida was her innate. Farida is a loving person, and I think when you interact with her, that just shines through her. And so I was gravitated towards her because of her warmth and how loving she is. And I could tell that there was this innate drive within this person. I didn't use the word. There was this innate drive within this person that I resonated with, that I wanted to be close to. And then the relationship evolved from being, like Abelo said, want to be close to smart people, to being, oh, okay, this is someone that we now share moments of vulnerability together. We want to work together, and it's very confusing, but for some reason, we're old. It's almost 10 years later and we are here. I think one of the things that I just want to start off is I'm proud. You don't know, but me, I go around telling, this week at work, I'm going to a book launch. I have a friend who's a doctor. She wrote a book, That's the level of pride that I have in you, friend. And I love that when you said it. I said, yes, I love it, I'm taking it. So I just want to thank you for creating the space.
And I remember when she joined the team, it was a chaotic time because it was during 2020, COVID and all of that, when I also joined Just Leaders and CSAMG. And then very soon after that, I became the project manager for Just Leaders. And then not even 2-3 years later, I was in the position that I had to leave that space. And I remember saying to our people who are higher than us, and they were like, okay, what do you see happening with this role? And I said, oh, that's easy. And watching you now within that specific role, now that I've moved out of it, and how you've created it and turned it into your own, is part of your becoming, right? Yes, it looks completely different from how I ran the project, because it's been separated and there's a more focus on research. But I think it's important that even for everybody in the room, is when somebody says something and speaks into your life, you don't doubt what they see about you, right? Because I think it's very easy for us to say, yeah, no, I don't think you're seeing the right person. I don't think that this is correct. And it was very easy for me to say, no, these are the people that are going to take over the project. Yes, they look different from me. They do different work from me, but they are going to be fine. And then there was that doubt to say, I don't know. But I think you've done very well. And I think it's just a congratulatory comment to say, I think you've done very well in the role. You've really created it into a different space, and it's moving in a different direction. And having that trust and believing in yourself, I think, is the most important part. So it's just a congratulations, and we're very proud of you.
When I was in, I think I was in grade 7, I always like to associate myself with people who are smart. I'm not a genius, but trust me, like whenever someone is, I can see that this person, she's good in maths, she's good in economics. I befriend those people intentionally. So this to say, naturally, I like to do things while I'm really scared. I think thankfully I'm just I'm a very competitive person naturally. I like competing and I compete with myself. And I'm a super confused person. I feel like it's so okay to be confused, honestly, because even now I'm confused. My life is a success, I don't want to lie. I went to school. I was a very vulnerable learner when I matriculated. I have my level 1 in my Umalusis statement. I was vulnerable to the point where I'm like, you know what, since I can see that I'm well with creme, even if I don't understand, as long as I creme, I know I will pass. So I came with a strategy to say, I'm going to go to varsity, I'm not going to apply for any numerical courses because I want to finish on time. So I made sure that, am I taking too much time?
No, it's
Okay, so what I did was to say, okay, I'm going to apply to varsity, get there and matriculate, graduate, as long as I'm not doing any accounting or maths. But today I'm working in a finance department. I'm doing bookkeeping for things that I didn't want to do because I didn't want to fail, you know. But my final, when I was doing third year, I got nominated by the varsity to study in Germany. I went to study finance and accounting in Germany, even though I didn't want it. So it's really okay to be confused. It's okay, thank you.
just to share something about that.